That's better.
Paulie here, Latino Slant. How is everyone doing? I have a long form review of The Batman. 2022, it just came out, and I am going to break it down in pros and cons, okay? So before I get into it, let's go over the particulars. Now, it's directed and co-written by Matt Reeves of the Planet of the Apes fame. It's 2 hours and 55 minutes. It's rated PG-13. It stars Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, Jeffrey Wright, Colin Farrell, Paul Dano, John Turturro, Andy Serkis, Peter Sarsgaard, among others. Let's go over the good stuff, shall we?
That's better.
The filming. This is a gorgeous film. It is part noir, part nightmare. It's almost like a film noir nightmare of a movie. I'm seeing a lot of homages to 90s films. And in my 20s, back in the 90s, I was really connected to a lot of these films. So what I was getting was The Crow, Matrix, Donnie Darko, and Seven, of course, which everyone is talking about. I saw all those elements in there, even the music, which I found fascinating. It is a completely different look and feel to the other Batman movies that we've never seen before. So that I really applaud Matt Reeves in his film crew, and the look and everything. Just great job. Well, a lot's been said about Robert Pattinson, and I can honestly say he did a really killer job playing a younger Batman. I think this is like a few years into him being Batman. Commanding, in a way that is again going back to that 90s film. Even his look was very. I think they're saying emo. Thinking Keanu Reeves, pale, dark features. It just goes for a very haunted young man as Bruce Wayne. And he's barely Bruce Wayne. Most of the time he's Batman. So there's that. Zoe Kravitz is fine. She's actually did a fine job, and I'll get into her character later on. But Jeffrey Wright, I didn't even know it was Colin Farrell. I forgot that he was cast as Oz, the Penguin. And then of course, and then let's talk about John Turturro as Falcone. Turturro is an amazing. They have a bunch of amazing character actors here, and he's one of them. And then of course there's Paul Dano, who's the Riddler. He's a serial killer. In fact, the description is when the Riddler, a sadistic serial killer, begins murdering key political figures in Gotham, Batman is forced to investigate the city's hidden corruption and question his family's involvement. I wasn't crazy about his physical costume. It's, you almost didn't need the costume. Dano has such a look that, honestly, when he didn't have that mask on, he was probably more disturbing than anything. Just an incredible performance.
Yo, just go ahead and let the guest play. Come on, jeez.
Yes, now the story elements I really loved. And what does that mean, the story elements? Well, the story elements of Batman and Gordon being detectives and trying to hunt the Riddler down using detective work. I really love that element. I loved the Riddler's, overall, sadistic course journey he was taking everyone on, and only he knew the ending. Great elements. I thought the villains were villains. These were bad guys. No. There wasn't any kind of like mental health or therapy sessions. These were bad guys. Let's go to the cons. Let's go to the con, because really, there's just one.
Gotta go.
And unfortunately, this one con affects everything. And it is the length of the movie. It's 2 hours and 55 minutes. It doesn't work for me. And when I'm thinking of a length of a movie, when it's too long, then to me it affects the story. And the creator, in this case Matt Reeves, is telling too much story. So at times you're going places that you're just trying to figure out what is going on. Why can't we just stick to the story of these two guys being detectives and getting the Riddler? That would have been an amazing hour and a half, 2 hours tops. But I think Reeves and the production team really fell in love with their film. I mean, you can't blame them because it looks amazing, but they were just falling in love with so many different setups and different storylines that really everything suffered. So I almost forgot at times what was the last clue that they were working on. And then I was thinking, God, it's so clumsy that if these guys are supposed to be good detectives, why haven't they figured this out yet? There's not a lot of players in Gotham. You know, if Batman and Gordon are a step ahead of your regular cop or whatever, this should have been foiled a long time ago. And again, okay, you know, you got an hour and a half, 2 hours to work with that, but 3 hours of this, I was really waiting for the film to be done. And I thought there was several different endings, which we'll get to in a second. Finally, with this being too long, the identity of this movie is lost. I didn't know what it wanted to be. Was it this film noir nightmare of a tale with these two guys trying to hunt down this serial killer? Or was it about finding justice and vengeance for Catwoman and her background and story and her friend? Was it about it all? Then was it about, you know, this cleaning of the city of its corruption, which has been told in many iterations? So with that length, the story is affected. The identity of the movie for me is affected as a movie, you know, as a movie. And I will say this, because of the way it started, I would say like the first hour is just almost perfect. I would actually say the endings of this film has nothing to do with the first part of the film. Like, they wanted some big explosions and kind of Supermanish. Batman, you know, saves the people, and he does that already, but in his own Batman way. Like, I love the connection with him and the boy, the orphan boy. I love that stuff, you know. But let's get to it. There was just two. Again, you forgot about. I was forgetting about what emotionally Bruce Wayne was connected to. Finally, so that is it. And so I will say the two story elements that I didn't like. Two story elements that I did not like. I did not like reimagining Thomas Wayne as some unpure character that's dead, and rewriting that family history. I think you're bringing on more problems, and that goes into my other last story element point. At one point, Catwoman is talking to, and they had great chemistry. That was fine. That was really cool. But she starts talking about cleaning up the corruption of the city, and she talks about white privilege. And I gotta tell you, as a brown boy, it took me out. It took me out. And what happens is that when you put in a reality of something that we're dealing in our modern world, whether it's like institutionalized racism proposed or white supremacy, or let's just even say illegal immigration, into a superhero movie, you're forgetting the what this superhero already stands for, what Batman already stands for. You get like that goes out the window, and then you start counting. Oh yeah, well he's white, and he's black, and he's right. And why am I doing that? This is a Batman movie, so it really took me out. It was completely unexpected, and it doesn't serve, again, it doesn't serve the identity of that first part of this movie. It's really unfortunate, because you don't need that. That's fine for political forums, and you want to go do this and that, but not for a Batman movie. Because all those things that we want to fight for, justice and everything, it's already there. It's already there. And but listen, does it ruin the film for me? Maybe the last part of it. I still really enjoyed it. I'm gonna go see it again so I can break it down even more. And but I just think the length of it really is a detriment. The I don't even know, the virtue standing, it didn't need it at all. It was absolutely unnecessary. Okay, so that is my review of the Batman. I just I would love for you guys to do is go see the movie, come back and comment. Oh, I did pay full price for the movie as well, as I do with all my movies here on the channel, out of the theater reviews and longer reviews as well. The Batman is playing all over. Enjoy, and wherever you're at, keep your slant fuerte.